So Bungie just put out a new Vidoc about Rise of Iron, and there's a lot of stuff there. We'll have a link to the full Vidoc in the description, so be sure to watch that since it is a fantastically put together video. You really need to see it. So in this video, we'll be picking away all the new weapons, armor, and ornaments seen in the video. First up, this Siva looking pulse rifle is one that we know about from the Game Informer article. A bit later, we can see it using its signature perk, where precision kills release a cloud of Siva spores that track down enemies. They seek out targets a lot quicker than I expected, almost like in a Wolfpack rounds-like fashion. We also see that it has Outlaw somewhere in the perk tree since that kill procced that ability. I'm definitely a fan of the look of this gun too. It's really reminiscent of the Sleeper Simulant mixed with some evil Siva stuff. When they showed this weapon, they were talking about the raid as well, so it could be the weapon that you get from running the raid. A bit later in the video, we can see a Titan adorned in ornaments, also holding what appears to be Trials of Osiris weapon. I'm just going to assume that he's holding the Trials auto rifle due to the magazine, but let's look at those ornaments. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that these hologram things on his armor are the ornaments, and you get those from possibly going flawless maybe? Or maybe you get the armor itself from going flawless, I don't know. I can't speak to the tactical nature of having these bright lights all over your armor, but it looks pretty damn cool. A little bit later in the video, we can see this Nadir machine gun being hip-fired into a Splicer Vandal. We can't tell much from that little clip, but later on in the video we get to see the perk tree for it when they're applying some red and black chroma. So it looks like the options are Accurized Ballistics, Field Choke, and Linear Compensator for muzzles. Spray and Play to help the reload speed, because wow, that is a really low reload stat. Then a choice between Perfect Balance, Field Scout, and Speed Reload. We unfortunately can't make out what the exotic perks are on it, so for now speculate wildly about the last perk since it has Rangefinder as the background. We see this Titan with flaming everything in the video. From what I can gather, it looks like these flames are going to be some form of ornament. Where we get them, I again have no idea. Maybe since it's on what I assume is the Iron Banner gear, we get them from ranking up Iron Banner? A bit later on, we can see Hawkmoon and Monte Carlo, and they have some various ornaments cycled through them. When they mention sidearms, we see a Warlock holding an Iron Banner sidearm. You can just make out the crest underneath the barrel. Then we see a Warlock holding a New Monarchy sidearm. Finally, we see a quick shot of a Hunter shooting a Burst Fire sidearm. Please don't be Dreg's Promise version 2.0. Judging by the look of this though, this is probably the Robocop-esque sidearm that was mentioned in the Game Informer article. During the Crucible section, we see a Hunter reloading a sniper rifle. We see it a few other times throughout the video, and I think this might be some new exotic. I only say that because the scope never changes at any time in the video. It always has a very distinct scope. It also has a pretty familiar sound when firing. It's basically a Hake hand cannon firing sound, but with a slight bit of mechanical stuff behind it. And that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Hopefully we get a little bit more info about ornaments over the course of Gamescom. From what I've seen in this video, it looks like the options are going to be a little bit limited for each armor and weapon piece. I'm definitely still super hyped about changing the look of some of my weapons though. That black and gold Hawkmoon was sexy. I hope you found this video helpful. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.